Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Movie Star Monday. Hey, baby, how you doing?
I am very good. How are you?
I'm super-duper because we got RobSchnieder-Part2. I have the second half of my Rob Schneider interview. Super nice guy, by the way. And I just want to say a big thank you to Rob Schneider because he's the first, and he's a huge star, but he's the first Movie Star Monday that we've had to bump. We've never had to do that before. So we were going to talk to him in August, and then we had the opportunity to visit with Michael W. Smith about the movie Beautifully Broken, which, if you haven't seen it yet, it's in theaters. Amazing movie. I wanted to have that interview when that movie was opening. So, Rob, thank you again. Again, part 1 was last week. Part 2 is today. Got a great quote here from Warren Buffett. Am I saying that wrong?
You are saying that wrong.
Oh, it's Warren Buffett.
Actually, yeah.
He's like one of the richest people in the world. Of course that's his name. Oh, he says, I don't look to jump over 7-foot bars. I look for 1-foot bars that I can step over. I like that. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Movie Star Monday.
John and Heidi.
Make plans to join us for the second annual 80s in the Sand. My wife Heidi and I went last year. It was so much fun. And guess who's going to be there this year? It's Brett Michaels.
Hello, everybody. It's Brett Michaels. I will see you at 80s in the Sand, Tuesday, November 6th, Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. I promise you, this is going to be the ultimate concert, party, best night ever. Let's rock on, my friends.
Get your tickets now at 80sinthesand.com. Over 90% of the tickets are sold. Don't wait. 80sinthesand.com.
John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It is Monday, the 10th day of September. It is National Swap Ideas Day. It is National TV Dinner Day. And it is National Boss Employee Exchange Day. So you're supposed to, trade places with the boss. Yeah, that's going to work. Although on here it says that is the Monday after Labor Day. Wasn't Labor Day last week? I think that might be listed wrong. Either way, get out there and celebrate. I would ask the boss to swap again, just in case. You never know. Thanks for listening.
This is the Monday after Labor Day.
No, it's not.
Labor Day was
last Monday.
Yeah, the Monday after Labor Day.
Okay. There you go. So, yeah, the Monday after. That makes sense then. Hi. I just got here. My name is John.
You need your coffee.
It is the Monday after Labor Day. I guess that's a Monday as well. And it was last Monday. So this is the Monday after Labor Day. I'll be here all day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
If you want to grow your business, you can either add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. Or a combination of both, but there's no other way to grow your business. Just those two. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow sales. And you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Sign up at betterresultsadvertising.com. That's betterresultsadvertising.com.
Coming up, we get your brain on drugs. But first, a fun little game we like to play called Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? And Heidi has to guess. And I'm covering up my screen here so she can't see. Otherwise, I kind of feel like she's a cheater once in a while. So tell me, Heidi, golf course or rehab center?
Right.
Rolling Oaks, Rocky Point, New York. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center?
Rolling Oaks.
Rolling Oaks.
I'm going to say golf course.
It is a golf course. Good job. You're really good at this game. I wonder if people that are out there listening are as good as you are at this. Maybe this is just too easy. You're going to have to raise the stakes, start making up fake things. Neither. Ha! Or I wonder if there's any that's both. If you know of a golf course rehab center, let me know about that. See if we can trick her that way. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
This time of year, there are many parties, weddings, cookouts, and other events that often include alcohol. If you're drinking, be sure to have a designated driver. If you or someone you know has a problem with drugs or alcohol, there is help. The Addiction Hope and Helpline wants to help. If you feel like it's time to finally get the help you need, there's a toll-free number you can call, 1-800-438-0380. That's the Addiction Hope and Helpline, 1-800-438-0380, 1-800-438-0380.
And this is your Brain on Drugs record show. A sailboat crash into a bridge in Rhode Island and a man aboard named William Shakespeare
Okay.
Wink, wink. Didn't realize his wife fell into the water until hours after she was rescued. I think something fishy happened there. According to police report, the crash happened on August 17th, so this happened last month. The couple went to watch their son compete in a sailboat race. The State Department of Environmental Management say Mr. Shakespeare's boat hit a bridge, the Newport Bridge, at 4 p.m., and his wife told authorities she fell off and swam to shore for help. Her husband says that he saw she wasn't in the cabin around 1:30 a.m. after he drove the boat to the slip. The couple faced multiple charges, including failing to avoid collision. The Shakespeares told authorities alcohol was a factor in the crash. Shocker.
You think?
Imagine that. Bill Shakespeare, drunk sailor, apparently. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Former Bachelorette contestant Colton Underwood has been named as the new face of The Bachelor. This happened the other day. I'm not a fan of that. I don't watch the show.
I don't watch those things. I really don't care.
Not super excited about that at all. Kim Kardashian shot down rumors that she once had a fling with Drake. So apparently she's like, no, that's not true. I'm not exactly sure why that's
Why would she care?
big news. I have no idea. And then somebody by the name of Asia Argentino. Do you know who that is?
No.
Asia Argentino. They're probably, this is the one that she accused Harvey Weinstein, but then she had an accuser that was accusing her.
Yeah. We
That's
talked
who it
about
was.
this.
I knew the name sounded familiar. She's now refusing to pay her accuser the $380,000 in hush money that she agreed to give the 17-year-old boy
well.
because she says that's way too much. Well, he spilled the beans anyway. You don't owe him
Yeah, he
anything,
didn't
do
be
you?
quiet. You don't
I
owe him anything,
I don't know
yeah.
how all that works. I've never had to pay hush money, so... What's the hush money rule? If you have nothing to hush,
Maybe that's why
you
he
still
talked.
owe the money?
She didn't give him the money.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. This has been Big Screen, Little Screen.
John and Heidi.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-719-5601. 800-719-5601. That's 800-719-5601.
John and Heidi.
Now your scoop of the day brought to you by 80sinthesand.com. A study by the Pew Research Center, which is just fun to say. You should say it once.
Pew Research Center.
Doesn't that just sound fun?
Sure.
I don't know what they do there, but I'm assuming they research things. At the Pew Research Center, they found that nearly half of Americans have deleted Facebook from their phone in the past year. How many times have you deleted Facebook from your phone, Heidi?
Couple.
Yeah, and then you put it back on there. I've deleted it from my phone.
Well, here's why it ends up going back on. Not necessarily because I miss it, but because
it's almost necessary.
yeah, like if I need to reply to something, I'll get a notification that so and so sent you this. Well, I can't see it, and I'm never at my computer,
Yeah.
so.
See, for me, I got rid of Facebook for like a month and a half, and it was because I felt like I was spending way too much time on it. And then, hey, if you want to really feel bad about yourself, here's what I did. I put the U version of the Bible on my phone right where Facebook used to be, because I thought, if I had time for Facebook, I'm going to make time for Faithbook.
Oh my
and
gosh.
when I would, just out of habit, grab my phone and I would open the Bible instead, and I was like, oh, man, that's right. I got rid of... So that, I guess I'm going to do some reading here. And it was actually pretty cool. So I encourage
And
that.
you did away with that.
I did. Well,
Put Facebook back on?
no, because they got rid of... I have like 5 different groups that I manage, and they don't have the group app anymore. Because I think other people were doing what I did. We went away from Facebook, and we managed everything through other apps, and they're like, yeah, we want you back on Facebook. So you naughty little rats over there at Facebook, you make us do it. That's what happened. Either that or I could
That
let
pretty much
somebody
is what
else
happened.
manage the
Makes-
groups.
That makes you. So
Hey, a new study found that using your cell phone at home for work stuff can damage your marriage. Really? You guys had to do a study to find that? I don't know why you had to do a study. A New Jersey man was arrested after threatening to blow up Disney World.
whoa.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
How bitter do you have to be in life to want Disney
know.
World leveled?
Disney's a pretty happy place, so I don't know why you'd want to blow it up. And he claims he was just kidding, and they took him, way too seriously. But
Yeah.
yeah. Scottish man claims that he saw 4 UFOs flying over President Trump's Turnberry golf course. Is that the one? Is that in like Scotland? Is that where that's located?
I have no idea.
Either that or he was wherever it happened to be. Just because he's Scottish, I guess, doesn't mean that that's where it's located. I don't know where it is. I'm not a golfer, so. But he said he saw 4 UFOs flying over the Turnberry golf course. I got a link to the story if you want to read all about it. Domino's in Russia had a little tattoo promotion they were doing.
Sounds
Heidi.
to me like that guy might need the rehab center instead of the
There you
golf
go.
course.
Not necessarily. I believe that he might have saw UFOs flying over the top of there. I don't. You know what? There are people. It's just an unidentified flying object. He didn't know what it was. It could have been anything. It doesn't mean that it came from another planet. So Domino's
Here's what I
in
never
Russia.
understood. Hold on. I'm going to keep going back to this because this is ridiculous.
We're not going to have time for this story. Then.
I really don't care. All of these sightings, isn't it funny how it's only one random lunatic person
It's
who
not.
sees
There
those
are many
things?
of them where there's
So then why is there
thousands of
only
them.
one sighting by one Scottish man who saw 4 UFOs?
Okay. There are probably many other people, but other people don't want to be called lunatics by people like you. I'm doing this story now. Domino's in Russia ended a promotion that gave people free pizza for life if they got the Domino's logo tattooed on their body. And they had enough people doing it. They're like, okay, we're done. We got to quit doing this. It's costing us a lot of dough. Okay, I can rest now. Thanks for listening. Almost didn't let me
That's
get
why
that
you
out.
had to get
I
to that break because you had to use that stupid
I owe
joke.
it to my people, Heidi. Everybody's going, I'm not his people. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Movie Star Monday.
John and Heidi.
If you want to grow your business, you can either add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. Or a combination of both, but there's no other way to grow your business. Just those two. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow sales. And you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Sign up at betterresultsadvertising.com. That's betterresultsadvertising.com.
John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to another Movie Star Monday. Our guest today is Rob Schneider. We actually had the first half of our interview last week, but we're going to catch back up with Rob Schneider right now and talk about comedy. You're back on the road doing stand-up comedy. Going to be in Sioux Falls, South Dakota on Thursday, October the 18th, 7 p.m. at the Orpheum Theater. Going to give away some tickets to that here in a little bit, so be listening for details on how you can win. How different is it now doing stand-up comedy than it was back when you were doing it before everybody knew who you were and before the country changed? We're kind of angry now. It seems like everybody's upset. So how different is it to do stand-up comedy in this environment?
Well, I mean, we didn't have social media when I first started in the 80s, so I think that's a huge difference. And also, I think, I don't think people are more angry than they were. I just think that there's an avenue for instant outrage now that so people who are, who tend to be more sensitive can instantly express that sentiment. Not always for the best, I just don't think the most sensitive members of society should be the ones deciding what everybody else gets to listen to watch, and to hear. It's just, or to read, I should say. So it's in that way, it's different. But I think before, when you were angry, you had to get a piece of paper and a pen and an address. You had to spend your own money. You had to get a stamp. You had to leave your house to mail it. So it was at any point along the lines of there, you could stop being angry and then say, okay, I'm over it. So, you had to get the correct address, of course. You had to have a pen that worked. Then you never knew if there was an extra 2-cent stamp that you needed. So now it's just, if you're angry about something, you just put it on your phone and go tweet. And then, there's this impression that there's a larger group than maybe exists that is really angry. But I do think, for people who are thinking that things are so terrible, just go down the end of the street, see what your neighbor needs, see if everything's okay, and you realize it's quite harmonious. So don't buy into all the hype about it. I think it's also sells, it sells ads on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram to have the perception that everybody's really upset. There are people upset. I don't mean to diminish it, but I just don't think it's as big or as out. The numbers are not as big as they're, as the news outlets want it to believe. You know?
Oh, I agree completely. It seems to me that a lot of the people that I know in, the real world are pretty darn happy, but the media, boy, they sure do like to make it seem like everybody's upset, don't they? And I think it's kind of like that's what their job is, right?
Well, I mean, it's just their job to, not necessarily focus on the negative, but to focus on what isn't out of the ordinary, what is newsworthy. And so, they create this kind of thing, and then we have a president who seems to exacerbate issues, not calming things down, kind of whipping them up, and then he has, I was hoping he would eventually stop tweeting, but that's not going to happen. So, that just creates another kind of cascade of, more news, or another round of this or that, and it's just, so it's just creating that. So it is what it is, and I think people have gotten kind of used to it, and even numb to it at this point. So, at the end of the day, I think people have got to be more concerned about what it is that their own lives and their own thing, and like, hey, I got to take the kid to school, I got to get gas for the car. What are we going to do this weekend? So I think it'll come back to that. I think it's the potential for a great distraction is out there. But at the end of the day, you want to have good, clean food that's not poison. You want to breathe, air that's breathable. You want to drink water that's good water that's not poison. And you want your kids to be able to go to school. And it's pretty simple, basic stuff. So when I was a kid, except my parents didn't know anything about healthy stuff when I was a kid, so. At least we're a little bit ahead there.
Absolutely. Well, Rob, thank you again for taking the time to chat with us. Our guest again today is Rob Schneider. He's our guest today for Movie Star Monday. Rob is going to be in Sioux Falls, South Dakota on October the 18th. That is a Thursday. All of the details to win tickets at sunnyradio.com. Rob, thanks again, man.
All right. All the best to you. Thanks for having me now, John. Tell Heidi I said hi. You take care.
I will definitely do that. Thanks again, Rob.
Okay. Thank you now.
Again, our guest today, Rob Schneider, and you can see him at the Orpheum Theater in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Thursday, October the 18th at 7 p.m. All of the details at facebook.com/sunnyradio. And you can win tickets there as well. Sign up today. facebook.com/sunnyradio.
John and Heidi.
If you want to grow your business, you can add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers, or a combination of both. There's no other way to grow your business. Just those two. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow your sales, and you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Text Radio Trial to number 22828. That's Radio Trial, all one word, to number 22828.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Almost as many people were killed by a guillotine in Nazi Germany as in the French Revolution. Well, that's not a fun fact. That's a sad... All right, let's try another one here. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The creature that kills the most people every year is not snakes or sharks or even
a
humans.
mosquito.
It's a mosquito. Did we do all of these already?
No, but we talked about that on Tuesdays with Charlie.
I say, well, kind of feel as though you've been robbed today, people. I tell you
Were
what.
those the only two?
That's the two that we're going to do. I'm going to give you a free one tomorrow. How's that sound? They're always free. But there's a couple of fun, or maybe not so fun facts on the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Make plans to join us for the second annual 80s in the Sand. My wife Heidi and I went last year. It was so much fun. And guess who's going to be there this year? It's Brett Michaels.
Hello, everybody. It's Brett Michaels. I will see you at 80s in the Sand, Tuesday, November 6th, Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. I promise you, this is going to be the ultimate concert, party, best night ever. Let's rock on, my friends.
Get your tickets now at 80sinthesand.com. Over 90% of the tickets are sold. Don't wait. 80sinthesand.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the grandiloquent word of the day, Salcouth. What do you think Salcouth means? S-E-L-C-O-U-T-H.
honestly couldn't tell you.
Have you ever heard the word Salcouth
No,
before?
I have not. I've never heard any of these words before.
I think that we've actually used this word
I
before.
don't think so.
I think so. Rare, strange, marvelous, and wonderful. Quite Salcouth, Heidi. You are very
I have
Salcouth.
never used
Not
that word.
known or not familiar. Seldom experienced and uncommon and rare is Salcouth. Salcouth. Mrs. Clefthorn has the most Salcouth Finimbrium collection. I don't know what any of that means.
Clefthorn?
I don't know. I think they just like to mess with me. These people here at the Grandiloquent Word, they got a new calendar they're working on, and they got a little Kickstarter thing. I got a link to it in the show notes. They listen to the program, and they try to find the weirdest words they can possibly get to see if I can mess them up in a very grandiloquent way, and I do it every day. I do not disappoint. I don't know what I'm saying. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-719-5601. 800-719-5601. That's 800-719-5601.
Time now for some weird news. Oh, can't read that one because that's a fake news or Florida story, so we'll do that some other time. But how about this story right here? According to police, a man in Mexico was arrested last week after stealing a hearse with a body inside of it. What?
That's a
The
mistake.
Tlapaque Police Department, I'm sure I said that wrong. Tlapaque, Mexico. Tlapaquepaqe.
Wow.
The police department there in Mexico said a 40-year-old man whose name is only given as Anibal Saul N. Period. So I'm assuming it stands for his last name. Either that or he was heading north. I have no idea. He took a vehicle after seeing the keys were inside. So this hearse, which is a Cadillac Escalade, had been readied to take a body of an 80-year-old man from a hospital to Guadalajara for a funeral.
Aww.
Not yet clear if the man knew the body was in the vehicle at the time that he took it. Officers later spotted the hearse on a highway, and they arrested the suspect, who has since been turned over to prosecutors. Police say they were able to recover the vehicle, and the body was still inside. So that's good. Can you imagine that? Yeah, really sad news about your grandfather. He passed away. And even more sad news, someone stole his body. That would just be terrible. That would be awful. So thank goodness that doesn't happen every day. That's why it's today's Weird News. Time now for your moment of duh. A woman in California lied about being kidnapped because she was unable to pay her employees. What? Police are reportedly preparing a warrant for her arrest. 33-year-old Maria Gonzalez reported that she'd been kidnapped at gunpoint by two masked men at an intersection in Fresno. The woman allegedly claimed she was ordered by the men to drive. She claimed that she lost consciousness and woke up at a home in Carruthers, about 20 miles south, with her hands tied and a rag in her mouth. Well, how in the world did you make the call then? She reportedly claimed that she was missing $9,000 that she was going to use to pay employees and from her family trucking business. Investigators determined that she made up the reported kidnapping because she didn't have the money to pay two of the employees. Police are working right now on a warrant for her arrest for filing a false report. So if ever you are running short, don't lie about being kidnapped. It's a bad idea. Just be honest with the people. They know if things are tough. They know. And either they hang out with you and keep working with you or they don't, but be honest with them at least. Don't lie. It's a bad idea. That's why it's today's Moment of Duh.
John and Heidi.
If you want to grow your business, you can add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers or a combination of both. There's no other way to grow your business. Just those two. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow your sales and you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Text Radio Trial to number 22828. That's Radio Trial, all one word, to number 22828.
Time now for fake news or Florida. Heidi has to guess whether this is a true story from the great state of Florida or if it's fake news made up by me or maybe one of you, because some people are sharing some fun stories. You're a lot better than I am, by the way. So Heidi has
I just
to try
know
to
you
determine.
too well. I know.
Oh, yeah.
I know your
you
BS.
You don't know me. Okay, then tell me, Heidi. Fake news or Florida? A Florida man was arrested after giving his girlfriend a wet willy. Fake news or Florida?
Fake news.
No, it's a true story.
How would you get arrested for a wet willy?
Well, a St. Lucie County man was arrested after giving his girlfriend a wet willy. By the way, that's when you lick your finger and you stick it in their ear.
That is not
That was
illegal.
probably just what started the fight, and I'm sure that there was much more that happened. Because once you go wet willy, I mean, the gloves are off. because it's really hard to do it Wet Willie with gloves on.
So then this was wrong. That's not why he was arrested.
But he was arrested after giving his girlfriend a Wet Willie. So that is a true story. And this is how we play fake news or Florida. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of Odiva. That is the monthly subscription service just for the ladies. All of the details at radiosavings.com. I think this is a pretty darn cool story. Banker picks up college tuition. First of all, I got to just say something. It seems like school is getting more and more and more and more and more and more and more expensive.
Oh, yeah.
And that means there are a lot of people who would probably love to go to school that don't always get to go to school. So this is just such a cool story that somebody came along and did this. And here's what the story says. Banker picks up college tuition for school's entire graduating class again. It's not the first time this has happened. A successful businessman has offered to pay for an entire graduating high school class again. 35 branches of his bank operating across Wisconsin and Minnesota, Dennis Franson is a self-made financial success, and he wants to share that success with the youth of his community. He will be paying for at least 2 years of technical college for all 34.
Oh, technical college. That's nice.
But yeah, that's awesome. For all 34 prospective high school graduates who have finished at Luck Public Schools in Wisconsin. Talk about luck right there. Second time he's done this, by the way. He'll be picking up the tuition tab for the whole town, and he said it will reportedly not be his last. He said, I thought it was the right thing to do. He said, I was able to do it, and why shouldn't I? Superintendent Corey Hinkle told the students about his gesture on the first day of school, and the look on the kids' faces was priceless. He said, I really think this is going to make a huge impact on a lot of our kids' lives. So I've got a link to the story.
That is wonderful.
There's a television station out of Minneapolis that did a news story about it, and you can watch that video if you'd like. It's in the show notes. It's all linked together in the show notes at johnandheidishow.com. That's really cool. You know, Heidi, I'm feeling generous right now. I think that we should pick up the tab for... Is there
for a number 2 pencil for all of the kids in the class?
If there's some sort of free thing we could help out with. I'm just being silly. If we financially, honestly, if we were doing that well financially, I'd love to do that. But we're just not. We can't even send our own kids to school. We're like, well, sweetie, you better study and get all the scholarships you can get, baby. Our daughter's a senior this year. And our son already graduated. And thank God he didn't want to go to college, because if he did, we'd have been like, oh,
our daughter doesn't want to either, so
great,
we're actually
Troy.
okay.
I'm not sure how you're going to pay for that. So, anyway, thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Awesome story right there. It's in the show notes at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
You thought I forgot you, didn't you? I almost did. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.